Welcome back to Straight Facts by Dinar Investor.
Iraqi politicians' reluctance to run for succession to Abdul Mahdi. Thursday, December 5, 2019 at 14:39 p.m. Baghdad Sky Press. The international newspapers issued today dealt with several files, most notably the reluctance of Iraqi politicians to run for the succession of Adel Abdul Mahdi as prime minister. The newspaper Financial Times written to the complexities associated with the protests and the political situation in Iraq, especially in connection with the process of choosing the successor to Prime Minister Adel Abdul Mahdi. Iraq needs a new prime minister following Abdul Mahdi's resignation, but so far no political group has sought the job. Muqtada al-Sadr, leader of the country's largest parliamentary bloc, has said he does not want to put forward a candidate. She has a leader to be nominated, and officials who have been considered possible successors since the resignation of the prime minister last week have been quickly rejected by the public. No one wants to become a prime minister in Iraq in the next few months, said Abbas Kazem, director of the NATO Iraq Initiative. Any new candidate will face an angry protest movement against the institution, demanding comprehensive change and urgent results. For the first time since 2014, the region delivers oil to Baghdad and announces important details. The Minister of Finance in the Kurdistan Regional Government Awad Sheikh Janab on Thursday announced the delivery of the federal government in Baghdad 250,000 barrels of crude oil per day. In the first time since 2014, we have decided to deliver 250,000 barrels of oil per month to Baghdad. Sheikh Janab said at a joint news conference with Provincial Council Secretary Amin Rahim and Chief of the Provincial Council of Ministers Omid Saba. He added that we have agreed on a formula on the payment of loans, adding that most of the demands of the Kurds have been confirmed. He pointed out that we reached an agreement with Baghdad on the budget and oil, pointing out that reducing the share of the Kurdistan region in the financial budget was a political decision. Unfortunately, our negotiations this time with Baghdad have been successful, he said, stressing that if Baghdad abides by the agreement, there will be no problems with the payment of salaries. He continued that the ball is now in the court of the Iraqi parliament in relation to the budget, stressing that the Kurdistan region will abide by the agreement we reached with Baghdad. For his part, Secretary of the Council of Ministers of the Kurdistan region Amin Rahim that the region will contribute to raise financial revenues for Iraq in accordance with the agreement reached with the federal government on the budget and oil. Rahim added that the federal budget for 2020 is still in the process of legislation. He said that the Kurdistan region will contribute to increase financial revenues for Iraq in accordance with the agreement reached with Baghdad, stressing that the recent agreement is in the interest of both sides. He added that Iraq borrowed $62 billion and part of it has nothing to do with the Kurdistan region. He pointed out that the region will provide Baghdad with information about the debt of the Kurdistan region, noting that the debt of the region will be installed in the financial budget for next year. Rahim said there was an understanding between Erbil and Baghdad about the debt. Parliament sessions. Presidency of the Parliament confirms the legislation of the election law next week, December 5, 2019. Parliament presidency confirms the election law legislation next week. Al-Halbousi. The new election commission will be composed of judges, and they will be chosen according to the lottery. The House of Representatives votes on the first paragraph of the Electoral Commission law. Parliament votes on the names of members of the Electoral Commission. The House of Representatives legislates the Electoral Commission law and raises its session to next week. The House of Representatives votes to delete Article 24 of the Electoral Commission law. The House of Representatives held its session, voted on 27 paragraphs out of 28 in the law of the Electoral Commission, where Al-Halbousi decided to delete paragraph 24 of the Commission law.